and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about a fragrance from the house of Valentino. So today I have another Anatomy of Dreams fragrance. This is Valentino's Haute Couture collection, or it's their private line if you will. And I have to say I have been impressed thus far. This fragrance I actually did purchase on Mercari, not sponsored or anything. I just wanted to let you know straight up that I got it at a very reasonable price. Now, I bring that up because I actually got scammed with a previous fragrance. I thought, I wouldn't bring this up because it's a little embarrassing. I think if anyone's gotten gypped or scammed before, to get scammed. So I wanted to bring this up because I actually ended up buying two fragrances of Sogno in Rosso, which is the red fragrance in this range. One of them was fake, and I didn't know until I received it. Obviously, at that point, I was so excited. I opened it, and yeah, long story short, it was a fake, and I had to order a real one to do the previous review on that fragrance. I have it here, and I have the one that we're talking about today, which is Notte di Oro. This is the Notte di Oro. I got it, like I said, discounted on Mercari, which is a fairly great deal that I got it on. This is what the real bottle looks like, and I want you to look at it. I will try to insert some close-up shots of this fragrance as well. This is the fake one. I should show you with the other Sogno in Rosso, but I just wanted to show you for comparison's sake. They look very similar from afar, but you bring them closer, and you can tell that the real one is slightly taller. You can also tell that the pyramid itself is a lot more formed and uniform in the real one. The other one's a little bit warped in itself. Now, something I did not notice is that the label itself on the fake one is actual fabric like the real one. If you don't know, the labels on these fragrances is fabric. And also, and it's quite confusing. Like I said, this is a very niche range of fragrances, so it's not going to be super common. I try to look up articles, I try to look up, guides, and it's just impossible. Not to mention in my previous video of Sogno in Rosso, where I was reviewing the real one, there's a lot of fakes, and this is not an old range. That means that these counterfeiters were literally on the ball. So the real lid is like this. Very nice, isn't it? Not really. I don't think it's a cute lid at all. And this is a fake lid. This is plastic, this is glass. So the real ones do have a glass lid in itself. It is transparent. And I only bring this up because, like I said, there are quite a bit of sellers on eBay I've seen on Mercari, I've seen on multiple different platforms that they're selling these very cheaply, 70, 60, 90 bucks. And maybe that's why I got ripped off, because I was being cheap. I thought I could get a good deal on Sogno in Rosso, and well, I did, but I ended up getting this one here and had to pay for another one, which ended up costing essentially what it would have costed if I got it straight from Valentino. So this fragrance that I do have is authentic, and I did buy it from a reseller on Mercari. I don't know where they get the fragrances from. I'm not going to ask either, but they are pretty credible. I can link them in the description if you're interested. Comment down below if you want me to do that. If you don't, then I won't. But just because I went through this, I don't want anyone else to go through the same issues that I've gone through. So let's get into the fragrance of the moment today, which is Notte di Oro, which essentially translates into a night of gold in Italian. This fragrance is inspired by the glimmery, flashy, sparkly lights of the city of Rome. And I have to say, it's done very well. I did not, you see, this is what happened. I actually got offered the fragrance by this seller. I was a little bit, like I said, hesitant already because I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I want to buy one. It seems like a good deal, but I don't know if it's real or not. So I actually asked them to take it out of the box in itself and photograph the badge code for me because I was just livid about not buying another fake fragrance. And this was not my first option. I actually wanted Punk Romantic or the pink one, maybe the green one as well. And I've heard really great things about the transparent one. I don't know what it's called. I don't know, it just seemed like it was going to be a very generic, boring fragrance based on the color and the description. I didn't go much into notes at that point in time, but I was just like, I don't know if this is going to be good or not, so let's just avoid it. I do have to say that out of the fragrances that I have smelled out of this range, because I've gotten a couple of samples here and there, this has been a very big surprise for me. Once I looked at the notes, it makes a lot more sense. It is a cherry fragrance, which I did not know that. Based on the color and the description, it's not really marketed as a cherry fragrance, which leads me to believe that it's not a fragrance of the moment type of thing, so like something that is going to be trendy or popular, but it is a note within this fragrance in itself. The notes for this are going to be black cherry, grapefruit, orange at the top, and then in the hearts we're going to get jasmine, absolute, geranium, and rose. At the base we're going to get almond, oud, patchouli, and sandalwood. And I have to say that this fragrance, again, surprised me. I was in love. It's a fragrance that sort of reminds me of Louis Rouge by Christian Louboutin, but it also reminds me of Louis Kiss in a sense, kind of within that realm of smelling like a Christian Louboutin fragrance. It's very expensive, it's very premium, it's Italian, it's bold, and it's unapologetic, and I think that's what I like about this fragrance. But it takes that Valentino heritage and that haute couture that Valentino is so well known for, and just adds it to this fragrance. Amazingly blended, I have to say. The perfumer for this, just so you are aware, is Paul Guerlain, which obviously is from the family of Guerlain. It's good. It's gourmand, it's cherry, it's slightly smoky, it's creamy, it's delicate, it's unapologetic. It literally is what the description says. A romanticized vision looking at Rome sparkle at night, and that is what this fragrance is giving to you. You do pick up a lot of the rose in here as well as the black cherry. The grapefruit and the orange in here are slightly bitter, but at the same time there's a slight sweetness to it. The best way I can describe it is grab a very sweet orange and then you kind of eat it with what's that thing in the middle, the peel that you're not supposed to eat inside. It gives you that tartness to it, but the grapefruit is sweet at the same time, giving you that contrast of tartness, sharp, a little bitter and unedible with the sweetness as well. So very nicely blended, very well put together. And the almond in here, oh my god. I'm usually not a chestnut or almond type of person, but the almond in this is just creamy like butter. It is just so good. It is just so sexy. The oud in here is a westernized oud. It's not going to be something that you're going to get in a Middle Eastern fragrance. It's there as a background note, so it's not a star of the show either. It is slightly animalic as well. Again, it's not the star here. It's not going to be something that stands out a lot in this fragrance, or it's going to take away from the star notes in here, which the star notes in here are going to be the geranium, the black cherry, the grapefruit, and also the sandalwood and the almond. Just all around fantastic. This is a Parfum concentration. Longevity for this is phenomenal. I have put this fragrance on clothing. Days later on clothing that it was sprayed on, you can still smell the fragrance. It's that good, it's that potent, but it's not choking anyone out in the room, just so you do know that. You can also get a small size, which is 30 mils or 1 ounce, and that is $165 US. I think either way, either route that you go, it's a good deal because you will get a fragrance that's going to be long wearing and it's going to be worth the money. I can't say that this will be the case 2 years down the line because this fragrance collection may get watered down. That's what usually happens when they reformulate fragrances. But this first batch go around of fragrances, I would say, are worth that price point because they have that longevity, they have that great potency of juice inside that you're going to be able to enjoy the fragrance. In this price point, we tend to get a lot of weak performing fragrances, and these weak performing fragrances tend to be very expensive, so you have to overspray to actually enjoy the fragrance. Not the case here. You're actually going to enjoy it with 1 to 30 sprays, and that's being generous. Again, I'm an oversprayer, and I have to say that this fragrance in itself does last quite a bit. So what do you think of this fragrance? Let me know down in the comments. What fragrance in this range would you like to try? If there's any that you want me to try, comment that down below. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. I hope to see you on the next video. Love you. Until then, take care.